Why do I feel like a loser for getting a job? Entrepreneurs' thoughts. Why do I feel like a loser for getting a job? To be honest, I haven't worked for anyone in over 3 years. I quit my retail job 3 years ago, right before the pandemic lockdowns we had in 2020. I was living pretty comfortably, so I was really lucky. To be honest, like everyone here, I really hate the idea of working for others for a long time, which is why we start our own business. I hate the disrespect I get from when customers who look down on you for doing your job, or when you get yelled at by a boss who shouldn't even be there. I know logically it sounds silly. Personally, I treat everyone with respect no matter their job. I don't care if you work maintenance or even at fast food place. A job pays supposed to pay bills, right? It just feels like I'm throwing in the towel, so to speak. I feel like I'm a loser for even considering getting a job right now, and I'm not sure why. My girlfriend says I shouldn't feel like that. It's just that gremlin in the back of my head telling me. It's interesting because a long time ago one of my friends had to take a job he didn't want to do. And I can tell by the look in his eyes he felt embarrassed that I might say something. But I had nothing but respect him. Now he's opened up his own real estate firm. And I saw a neighbor as well who owned his own photography business, but during the pandemic he had to take a delivery job for Amazon. And I saw that same look in his eyes. Has anyone on this ever felt like this as well? Why did you feel this way? Does social media play a part in this? So, I'm currently struggling with this, and the best thing I've read and have been told is there's nothing wrong with pushing pause. Right now, my savings are dwindling. My client list isn't growing. I'm tired and I need better health insurance for my family. I'm not closing my LLC. I'm just putting a pause to get a job, get health insurance, replenish my savings, and let myself breathe for a minute. Cheers. Entrepreneurs do what it takes to keep the dream alive. Sometimes we just have bills to pay. A lot of the biggest entrepreneurs had tremendous help from family and friends. I respect someone a lot more who takes a job to keep the dream alive than someone who got a small loan from their family. I have been in business 9 years. Quit my job 5 years ago. Was broke as shit. Thankfully I live at home because that gave me a lot of flexibility. I got a job last year. I still worked after work. I got fired after 5 months. I got another job. Got fired after 3 months. I'm a shitty employee. I am back at it full time. Getting the jobs allowed me to raise the prices of my services by 50-100%. The jobs gave me the savings needed to raise my prices. I know plenty of entrepreneurs who get jobs before they dive back in full time. You feel this way because to take a job after being self-employed feels like a failure. It's a step back. If you prefer one thing, but you're economically forced to do something else, that's not a success story. At least it doesn't feel like it. In the early 2000s I was kicking ass as an entrepreneur. Then 2008 happened and everything came crashing down. I had to get a job, and I got a pretty cool job, but I was so deeply ashamed because I felt like I failed. It felt awful, but it was actually one of the best things to happen to me. It humbled me. It made me grow up and have more compassion. Be less arrogant. Before that, when my business was going so well, I had this attitude that anyone struggling simply wasn't working hard enough. It was that skewed perspective of someone who only knew success. It took time. I rebuilt. And in approximately 2 years I was out on my own again. But I'm not cocky anymore. In the grand scheme of things, if you want to continue to be an entrepreneur you can and you will. Sometimes we just need a break to reset and regroup, and that's okay. Being an entrepreneur is a lifelong game, so consider this a learning opportunity and an experience that will become part of your success story. Well said. I took every odd job at times. Never felt like a loser because I gave my best. What mattered was what I thought of myself, not how others might have seen me. Agreed. The words that you say to yourself carry a lot of weight.